Bishut, Moray Barabotai, with the permission of Hashem, I would like to thank the Balabait for having us in his house, Gabi and Madame. Every year, when I come to Miami, I come to this house, and always there is a Seudah in this house, and the memory of Rabbi Chaim Pinto. But because of the COVID, 2 years of Corona, I couldn't come. But, Baruch Hashem, we find a moment to come to this beautiful place and to say thank you to Hashem for being here. The Balabait, he has a beautiful story with his mother, with Rabbi Chaim Pinto. The Balabait, Gabi, every year he comes to the Hilula of Rabbi Chaim Pinto with his wife. Since he started to come to the Hilula, he never missed it, except the year of the COVID. And I remember one day, his wife, she told us a beautiful story. It happened when she was in Paris in her apartment. She was alone in the house, and suddenly she felt in the bathroom, and she couldn't move. She was alone in the house, and it was impossible for her to wake up, to stand up. The only way, she needs somebody to help her to come out from the bathroom. And she was alone. And she thought about Rabbi Chaim Pinto, and she said, she said, Rabbi Chaim Pinto, my son, every year he go to the Hilula in Morocco. Now, Rabbi Chaim Pinto, I'm alone. There is nobody. If you are somewhere, so help me to stand up. Otherwise, God forbid, she can remain like that, paralyzed, without moving, and I don't want to say what could happen. And she repeated that. She prayed a few times. And then suddenly, she saw like a shadow. She saw like this picture of Rabbi Chaim Pinto speaking to her, telling her, stand up right away. Put your foot out of the bathtub. Put your feet out now. And that's what she did. And she felt that she stand up alone. How you understand this? We don't understand. There is no way to understand. This is Imunah. We're in Miami now. We've been talking about that tower that collapsed, the Shepton Tower. You have to know that I used to go there once a year. Every year, now maybe I was there for 20 times, maybe. Every year, I go to Madame Coppel for a breakfast. And I stay there to receive her family. Every year. I was there last year. And I was there last year, and I told her, Madame, you have to stop. You have to move from here. She said, Rabbi David, I am here already 32 years. I said, Madame, your son is married, your daughter, she's married. You're here. It's a big house. It was at the top of the house. And from there you can see a beautiful view. So I remember she told me, but Rabbi David, you like the view of my house. I said, Madam, basta. You must move from here. But you must move from here. And she listened to me. And she moved from there this year. And she found a house not far from her children. And she sold the house. Unfortunately, the people who bought the house, I don't know what happened to them. But she sold the house. And she received the money of the house the week that happened. So you know what she told me this week on the telephone? She told me, Rabbi David, we have to do a Saudat Hodaya. We have to do a big Saudah, that we're not there. I said, for the moment, don't do nothing. It's not the time to do Saudah. It's not the time. But I have me as well. I have to do Saudat Hodaya because according to the security people, the building was not fit, was not good since 2 years. And I was there 2 years ago. And it seemed like we're not allowed to be happy for what happened, that they are not there, and I was not there, because only Hashem knows, as you told me now, that your father, he has a house there. And that morning, he went there to collect the rent or to pay something. And look, and that it did not happen the morning. I want to tell you something. We saw miracles in that building. We saw that somebody that's supposed to die, even that he was in New York, he came there just to die there. It's incredible. People that is not supposing to die, for no reason they left the building. And those who were supposing to die, they came 5 minutes before. And there is some that left 5 minutes before. And with Laurent and Ephraim, that Wednesday night, we passed through that house 5 minutes before collapse, before 1 o'clock. And that means we could see. Then I will be very, very sad because I was used to be there. So, of course, there is so many questions about that. There is no answer. No answer. Only Hashem decide. There is reasons that we don't know. There is things that we don't know. And I would like just to tell you this. Before Mashiach will come, we will see a lot of disasters. Just this week, I don't know if you know what it is, Daf Yomi. Daf Yomi, that means there is a big rabbi, Rabbi Meir Shapiro, alav shalom. He installed that we should read one daf of the Gemara every day. Today there is maybe 1 million people, 1 million Jews, that they follow the Daf Yomi. So there is 60 Gemarot, 60 Talmud. So it takes you 7 years to finish them. If you do every year, every day, one daf, 1 page. Every day, after 7 years, so you did the whole Shas, the whole Gemarot. And then all over the world they do a big event, a big, big event. And the page of this week, incredible. We started to learn about this page since last week and this week about if a building failed. Yes, madam. About one building that failed and it failed and there is people there. Are we allowed to rescue them to save them on Shabbat, because on Shabbat you have to dig. On Shabbat, sometimes maybe you have to light fire. On Shabbat, there is work that you are not allowed to do on Shabbat. But what about if this building failed? And you know there is people there. What you do? So the halacha is, you don't keep Shabbat. Pikuach nefesh, duha Shabbat. If it's on Shabbat, even it's on Shabbat, you have to do everything you can to save those lives. Like if you will ask me, Rabbi David, you must help us to save some lives there. And there is a doubt. Are they alive? Are they dead? The halacha is, the law is, you have to go help them, even if me, the Rabbi David, I have to light on Shabbat, I can do it to help them to save their life, even if there is a risk. Even that there is Jew or no Jew, you have to do your best to, and that was the page of this week. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's something mamash. That means that what happened last week, that was already from the Shamayim. But unfortunately, people today, they start to try to understand why that happened. Why maybe because of the swimming pool, maybe because of they put some few machinery very heavy on top. Maybe this, all kind of analysis why that happened. But people don't think why that happened. Okay, beside all the kind of analysis you can do, but spiritually, why that happened? Okay, you can do any kind of analysis to understand why that happened, but why that happened? Between you and me, there is a lot of buildings like that. Why didn't it collapse? Only this one. Well, it's a message from Hashem. Maybe we need to do teshuvah. Message from Hashem. Maybe we need to do teshuvah. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you know, the Gemara said, when you see some kind of catastrophic like this, you have to do cheshbon hanefesh. You have to think why that happened. Because nothing happened without a reason. Nothing happened without a reason. I wanted to tell a story about his wife, Nirav Dan. She worked in the yeshiva in Paris, in New York. And most of the time, she worked as a volunteer. No, about 10, 15 years ago, a little bit more, 20 years ago. I know him for maybe 22 years, this gentleman, Avidan. He's the president of the yeshiva of Manhattan, New York. He invited me to his house, or maybe I invited myself, I don't know, as I did today with you. And I choose people that I like. I choose them. I choose people that I know that they will be happy to receive me, and I am happy to be with them, like now. So we went to his house. We were eating. And after the dinner, we went to the kitchen for a coffee, and I saw a table with 4 chairs. It's a table of 5 chairs, but there were only 4 pink chairs, much like this, pink. Yes? Something like that, pink. So I asked her, Madame, you have only 4. Why don't have? Where's the other one? She said, well, those chairs are out of the market. They don't exist anymore. I've been looking. I loved this table with the chairs, and there isn't in the market. I looked everywhere in America, internet, blah, 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 blah. They don't exist anymore. But it's very, very sad that I would love to have 5. Okay. So after the dinner, I stand up to go. I told her, Madame, why you don't cover your hair? She said, well, let's make a deal. I said, what? If I found the chair number 5, I will cover my hair. That means she knew it's impossible. That means the answer is, I will never cover my hair. I mean, I looked at her, I said, what about if you find the chair? Well, if I find the chair, I'll cover my hair. With a smile, malice. Okay, the story finished. Now, usually she works in New York. She takes the underground. But that day, the next day, she took the car. She drove with the car to Manhattan. And her friend from Montreal, she called her, well, how was last night? Well, Baruch Hashem, last night was good. Rabbi David was here. It was the first time. Divrei Torah. It was fabulous. And that's it. Yeah, last night, he asked me why I don't cover my hair. And I made a deal with him. What kind of deal? A deal that, because they asked me why, if I find the chair number 5, which it's not exist in the market, it's finished, years that I'm looking for it, it doesn't exist, so I will cover my hair. Right at that moment, listen to this, at that moment, a big lorry stopped in the middle of nowhere. So everybody has to stop behind. And he opened the car and he started to throw old furniture that there is a place there where people put their... And she told, suddenly she saw something pink. She was talking to her friend. Please, I'll call you later. She hung up the telephone. She went out in the middle of the street, behind that car. She went to see, and she saw exactly the same chair as the chair that she has in the house. And she told the man, what's this? You thought it? Yeah, can I take this one? Take it, madam. It's yours. Now she has a problem. She has to cover her hair. But she was so excited, so happy. She saw the hand of Hashem. With no question. Then they invite me home to see the chair. Exactly the same model. How you understand this? This is that proof there is Hashem. There is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There is a boss, a Baal Bayit. The world is not abundant. There is somebody who ruled the world, like a father. Look, we are here a family. You have a wife, Baruch Hashem. You have children. And you have grandchildren. And we're all Banim Atem Hashem Elokechem. We are all the children of Hashem. And I would like to tell you something. Before Mashiach will come, before the end of everything, we will see a lot of things, funny things happening. Some kind of catastrophic. All the snow will will melt. That's what we see today. There'll be no respect. People will not respect their parents. Not all of them, but we will see this. People will not respect old people. And there'll be a lot of bad things happening. A lot of kinds of catastrophe, earthquake. We will see a lot of things. Why all this? Just to remind you that Hashem he cannot destroy the world as he did on le déluge de Noah. So it's a warning. It's like a warning. Come back. Do teshuvah. Baruch Hashem. Today I was reading this week what the Gemara said. En ben David ba, עד שהדור יזכה או חייב. Mashiach will not come till the generation will be Tzaddikim or Rishaim, good or bad. So the Baal Tanya alav shalom, he asked a beautiful question. He said it's impossible that everybody who is bad, it's impossible. There'll be always somebody who is good. That everybody will be good, it's impossible. There'll be always somebody bad. So how can you explain? The Mashiach will not come till everybody is good or everybody is bad. It's impossible. And the Baal Tanya, he said something incredible. He said, Mashiach will not come till you, David, or me, David, or you, Avi. You have to decide, or be a Rasha or be a Tzaddik. You cannot be both. You understand? You cannot be a Tzaddik and a Rasha. To eat kosher and to eat tarif. It's impossible. You cannot be both of them. It's like black and white, or black or white. It's not. You cannot do. You cannot. You cannot be both of. Look, you have here a whiskey. This is a whiskey, a real whiskey. You put Coke in this whiskey, so it's whiskey with Coke. It's not a whiskey. If you put a lot of Coke, so it will be Coke. It will be not anymore whiskey. So if you are a tzaddik, so Mashiach will come because you are a tzaddik. But if you are a rasha, so that means that you don't know. So because you don't know, so Mashiach will come. Because you're not a rasha, because you want to be, because you don't know there is God. But if you are a tzaddik and rasha, that means that you know there is God and you do the contrary. So for that, Mashiach will not come. It's like you go up the stairs. To go on the top of the floor, you have to use your both legs. You cannot get. It's impossible to get in the top of the floor if you have one step up and one step down. It doesn't work. Or up or down. Tu peux pas monter et descendre. Tu peux pas avoir un pied en haut et un pied en bas. You cannot have one foot up and one foot down. You have to decide. Or you have both of them, you go up, or both of them, you use them to go down. So if you are a tzaddik, that means that you know what it is a tzaddik. So why you are a rasha? If you are rasha, because you don't know what it is tzaddik. So HaKadosh will help you. But to be both of them is no good. So you have to decide. You have to decide which way. And I think, and I finished, this is the reason why Hashem punished the Midianim, the Parsha of this week. Hashem punished the Midianim. Why Hashem punished the Midianim? There is so many people that they did bad things to the Jews, the Egyptians. Why Hashem punished the Midianim? Because the Midianim pushed the Jews to do a fault. Why only the Midianim? Why not the Egyptians? Why the Midianim? You know why? Because the Midianim, they know there is Hashem, and they did the contrary. Because the Midianim, they know there is Hashem. Because Bil'am, he was in Midian. And Bil'am, he was a prophet. So he knows there is Hashem. How you know there is Hashem? You push the Jew to do a sin. So for me, you understand that Hashem will not accept somebody who knows him and he do the contrary. The last story that I would like to tell you, it's a beautiful story that I heard today. No, today or yesterday. I think today or yesterday. I don't remember. Today or yesterday, I don't remember exactly, but it's a beautiful story. There is a lot of stories about having children. Rabbi Chaim Pinto is very strong for marriage and for those who can't have children. He's very strong. People, I have a lot of stories. People they could have children, and people they could get married, and with the zichut of Rabbi Chaim Pinto, Baruch Hashem, they got married, they had children. And I will never forget, there was a lady, after 8 years, no children. She came to see me 2 years ago. And she told me, Rabbi, I am 40-year-old. Now, I must have children. And you promised me that I will have children, that I will have few children. Now I am 42-year-old. I must have at least three children. I said, Madam, I can only pray for people. I do brachot. Yes, Rabbi, but you cannot do brachot, and your brachot they don't give fruit, so don't give brachot. She started to give me 2 years ago musar. She hurt me. On the other hand, she feels that I hurt her because I promised her, Be'ezat Hashem, children, and now she's 42. I said, Madam, you pray on your side, I pray on my side, and Hashem will help, Be'ezat Hashem. And Be'ezat Hashem, I hope next time I come, you give me good news. So I didn't come last year because of the COVID. She got pregnant 6 months ago. 3 child in her. It's her mother give me the news. The mother came yesterday, I think. Yesterday? No, not yesterday. No, she came last week. Because I'm mixed up. I was here last week, then I went to France, and to Israel, and I came back again. No, it was the last week here in Miami. And Baruch Hashem. So you see, the tefillah that she did it with emunah. You see that Hashem answered. When you believe in Hashem, Hakadosh Baruch Hu answer. So, of course, when we see this kind of tragedy, we have some doubt. Where was Hashem? Well, this is a question that we have no answer. To believe in Hashem, it's not with questions. To believe in Hashem, Hashem is not forced you to believe in Him. You don't want to believe in me? It's your business. You want to believe in me? I'm with you. So, emunah, it's without asking questions. Just to accept, to pray, and of course, you connect yourself to Hashem. So, Balabait, I pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give you nachat from your wife, that she will be always healthy, Be'ez Hashem, your son-in-laws, and your daughter-in-law, and your girls, your son, all your family, and we wish you a good trip to France, and good health for your mother, and with the help of Hashem, בזכות רבי חיים פינטו be with you, ושהקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא את כל משאלות לבכם לטובה, וכן הרצון ומרעים.
سعينا يا מאין יבוא עזרי מעם אדוני עושה שמיים